答えろ。ゼロはどこだ。
言うはずないだろ。裏切り者が。裏切りだ。
Mecha is a staple genre featuring technologically advanced mechanical innovation, and for any anime fan out there, they're sure to know at least one anime with a robot or two. These mecha animes can go as far back as the late 50s, and undoubtedly will go on in the future. What's up everyone, this is Simply Otaku, and today I'll be giving you our top 10 mecha animes. So yeah, let's get right on to it. 10. Broken Blade. In a world that resembles our own, Broken Blade follows two nations who are using large mechanical robots to fight their war. In this world, humans are able to control and empower quartz. Sadly, for our hero Rygar Arrow, he has no talent with such. From creating light for a humble light bulb to powering the rideable golems, the people use quartz to power everything they desire. Being one of the handful of people in the world who is unable to use quartz, he has been ostracized by society to live as a lowly farmer. However, Rygar is unwillingly pulled into the war by his own close friends, but for someone like him, what can he do? Well, with his characteristic, he surprisingly is able to pilot an ancient golem, strong enough to put up a fight with the invading army. Number 9. Aquarion. Long ago, the world was at the mercy of immortal winged beings with overwhelming powers, known as shadow angels. But one of these godly beings fell in love with a human, and they then set out and joined forces to free humankind from their oppressors using a legendary fighting robot called the Aquarion. Now, these mythical beings are back due to an earth-shattering disaster. They have been awakened and are now harvesting what's left of humankind to feed it the legendary Tree of Life. But a group of humans have excavated 3 technologically advanced fighter planes, and with research they are able to discover only a special few are able to control them, giving man kind of a way to a fair chance at defeating these mythical beings once again. Number 8. Eureka 7. Eureka 7 follows 14-year-old Renton Thurston, who desires to leave his home and become a member of the mercenary crew Gecko State, in the hopes of experiencing life in a new light as he considers what he has now as mundane and boring. Surprisingly, an opportunity literally falls in front of him. When Eureka, a pilot of Gecko State robot, crashes into his room, Renton is invited to join the Renegade, where he quickly discovers that whatever he's thought of Gecko State was nothing as it was. Both with Eureka in the gang, they set out on a journey that will shape their future as well as the world's. Number 7. Zoids. The Zoids franchise has a 6-part anime series that feature giant robots called Zoids. These Zoids are essentially a large mechanical being that is based on animals. The story starts with Van Flyheight, who meets an amnesiac named Fiona and an organoid called Zeke. Van takes it upon himself to help Fiona regain her memories back and leaves his hometown to go on a quest to find the only thing that Fiona remembers, which is an entity called the Zoid Eve. Their quest takes them into the thick of an ongoing war. If you're thinking of having this anime a go, then you can start off with its first season, The Chaotic Century. 6. Gurren Lagann. Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, or just Gurren Lagann for short, follows the growth of Simon as a hero. He is essentially portrayed as a child who grows up to an adult who then proceeds to surpass himself with every challenge he is faced with, emphasizing how a person must find their own sense of self and stop the idea of becoming what you want to be, and instead embracing yourself and become the best version of you, and further evolve into a version that's better and better and better and better. Focusing on your goal and having that complete trust in yourself is one of the show's many lessons to its viewers, and they showcase this rather perfectly. The show may feel repetitive to some, but there's a hidden beauty to it. Gurren Lagann doesn't pretend to be a better anime than others, but with its over-the-top, ridiculous hype on Simon's growth, you'll surely understand why Gurren Lagann is a beloved classic. 5. Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Mobile Suit Gundam Seed follows Shin Asuka, an angsty young coordinator and Zaft pilot. A surprise attack on a Zaft military base, and the subsequent Gundam jacking of 3 of Zath's new super prototype Gundams kicks off a sequence of events that result in a second full-scale war between Zaft and the Earth Alliance. However, things are not as clear-cut as they seem at first, and questions arise, and you won't help but wonder which side of the conflict is really in the right. 4. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Oh wow, where do I even start? Neon Genesis Evangelion is regarded as a classical masterpiece. The entirety of the franchise focuses on Shinji and his unwillingness to get in his robot. These robots are a man-made, multi-purpose decisive combat weapon system created by man, and they're called EVA. Shinji and his friends use these EVAs as the last trump card humanity has against the angel Lilith, the origin of humans. The creator made 2 OVAs with 2 separate endings that heavily depends on Shinji's mental health. Regardless which one you choose to see first, we recommend seeing both endings to see what our world would be like if we put a stake in the hands of an emotionally unstable child. Not really a good idea in the first place though. What do you think? Number 3. Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion. Having his mother murdered and with his sister Nunnally, the only person who has seen it go completely blind and crippled. Lelouch v. Britannia vowed to one day avenge his mother and sister from their father, the king, who he believes has failed their family for not pursuing their mother's killer. Years later, he and Nunnally were sent to Japan as political pawns to lull the Japanese government into a false sense of security. With Japan in ruins after being attacked by surprise, Lelouch promises his Japanese friend, Suzaku Kururugi, to one day obliterate Britannia as the ultimate act of vengeance against his father. You can never predict what's going to happen next with Code Geass. With its unexpected plot twists and amazing storytelling on the play of power, Code Geass is definitely another masterpiece on our list with one of the best endings out there. 2. Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans. With its scenes of blunt weapons and ballistic ranged weapons out in brutal combat, Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans makes it to the second spot in our list. In the future, humans have terraformed Mars. However, even with its advanced technology, humans still crave for freedom from the oppressing governments of Earth. Tired of the poor living conditions that's forced upon them, Cordelia Aina Bernstein, a young aristocrat, gets involved in the Red Planet's independence movement and hires the services of Chris Guard Security to escort her on the journey to Earth to negotiate economic conditions with the earthly bloc that controls the region. With a peaceful meeting in mind, they are welcomed by an attempted assassin, not knowing that these actions may turn out to be the unintentional catalyst that leads these children to be the forgers of their own destiny. And at our number 1 spot, we have Gundam 00. In the distant future, fossil fuels have been completely depleted by mankind, thus experiencing an energy crisis unlike anything you can ever imagine. Humans are now looking towards a new power source, solar energy. Different nations have united together to form 3 major factions, with each sector having access to a solar power generator, which gives them limitless energy. However, not everyone is happy about this new system. Those who were dependent on fossil fuels and its sales have now plunged into poverty, leading the world to years of chaos and warfare. But, in the thick of war, a mysterious military organization known as Celestial Being appears. These young heroes aspire to end all warfare through armed intervention using technologically advanced mobile suits called Gundam. As these dreams are thrown into conflict between the 3 superpowers and the various other factions, they resiliently fight, hoping to change the future. And that is it for today's video. Want to tell us about your favorite mecha anime? Do you think it deserves a spot on our list? Write it down in the comments below, and maybe you'll get to see it in our next video. Don't forget to hit the like button, smack that subscribe button, and ring the life out of that bell. Once again, this was Simply Otaku, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.